the sun, you can feel the heat run. When the pressures rise, building up inside, trying to break it down. But you come back stronger, ready to fight. Can't wait any longer. It's our time. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. Stronger than that.
Ethan Burrell going big, spit by the 50-60s. It won't be enough. Chris Records on the back of Johnny who covered the spot. Johnny, it's going to Victor Lane at the Ona scores the win. The home place we're completely 3D by
It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. It's like a force of nature. No stopping now. It's the stars to make it. Stronger than that. Stronger than that.
Ah, yes, virtual Homestead Miami Speedway, site of tonight's season finale for the JoinAPS.com Cup Series. So glad you could join us. It is Wednesday night. I am Alexander Ned, joined in the booth by my producer there, Dave. Always good to have him. And we are set to have some exciting racing for you tonight. 134 laps. Around this 1.5 mile oval. Looking, what do you call it? What we saw earlier this weekend is what we expect on this surface here tonight. And that is the tires not really meeting the ground. Sorry. My apologies. My dog is reporting from home. But tonight, another top story is this championship standings, because tonight here, Dave, we finalized the top 14 in points.
Yeah, and we're not going to be able to give you all the different scenarios because different people can point in. Some of them can win in. And what we see on the track right now is actually going to be a quick heat race. So we'll just kind of talk through this heat race. But on the screen, the people in green are the 7 that are locked in to the chase. The next 7 are the ones that are in yellow. They are currently in the chase to be in the top 14. And then ones below that in red are the ones who are technically still alive. And they all have different ways they could possibly get in. Some of them have to win. Some of them have to point in. We can kind of try to look at that here.
Different scenarios.
Yeah,
basically.
Pull that up here. There's kind of all the different scenarios, which is why we can't really tell you at any given time how anybody's going to get in, but you can kind of look over it. The only ones that are really kind of different, Kwame Scott must point in, so even if he wins, he's not in. He has to be in the top 25 or top 14 to advance. The ones toward the bottom, they have to win and be in the top 25, and some of them are currently not in the top 25. So Latham Joyner, Destin Durer, Hunter Smith, they would have to win and have the other guys have bad days to be able to jump up into the top 25 to get in. But they technically are still alive.
Taking a look right beyond this heat race here, Michael Goodman in the 44. Don't know exactly what this heat race, the significance of this heat race.
I think we're just going through the iRacing technicality. We had 43 cars here tonight, and it threw a race heat, an LCQ heat race into us. So to avoid doing a new lobby, they're just going to go out and race it out. And of course, kids being kids, drivers being drivers, do we get to wreck each other? Are we? So they want to just keep it clean, no yellow flags.
Oh, got a couple of cars in the wall there. The 99 and the 24. Self spins there. Tricky turn 2. That's where we saw a lot of the action on Sunday. 99 still going for a spin. No yellow flags, though.
That's good.
So we'll get this
final lap
out and out of the way, and we're already on the final lap. Michael Goodman in front of Rusty Capel. And he's pulling away. 3 and 4 for the final time. And goes to that 44 car.
He's a heat winner.
Wins tonight's heat race. Playful bump. Get all of that out now. You don't want to have that happen here momentarily once we start this race.
All right, so hopefully we're gridding up now. We'll be able to look at the grid. There we go.
Night race. Kwame Scott, one of those drivers on the outside that was looking in, he's going to start on the front row. R.C. Anderson, we heard from people in the garage, that he might be the person to beat here today. Nick Massey, Ryan Gavel, David Tucker, Scott Crump,
Joshua Adams. Joshua Adams is the first one there in red who would be must win. So he has to win to have any chance at all, and then need some help from other people.
Some of these people are definitely going to need a Hail Mary here tonight. Latham Joyner, one of the star rookies this season. Then we get down to the bottom of the list.
Tate Lytle starting toward the back. He's already locked in.
Yeah, last week's winner. Don't have to worry much about him, I would say. Unless he's in the race, and he is. So maybe we do have to worry about him. If you're another competitor.
It's like Chris Wright maybe taking an EOL. I think he qualified better than that, but he's start 41st. Michael Hosack as well. All right, so we're about ready to get underway here.
Yes, this is going to be an exciting one. Just one pace lap. It already says lap 1, but it's not gone green just yet. Kwame Scott, pole setter for tonight's Homestead 200. And the pace car is off. The season finale will end at Homestead. Who will be fighting for a chance in the championship? We will find out. Green flag, we are racing at Homestead.
Clean so far. Ryan Gavel was on the back of R.C. Anderson there quite a bit.
Too wide, they are mixing it up. It'll be interesting to see. A lot was made of the High Line here on Sunday for the Rail Cup Series. I wonder if that will be used here tonight, or will we venture in the low lane life? Ryan Gallows looks like he'll be the first car to test that High Line in the 01.
I was looking through the field to see if Van de Zant was here. If there was anybody who was going to run a High Line, it would definitely be him, but I don't think Alex is here tonight. So I can't cheat and try to see where he's running already.
Anderson there in that 50 machine. He's lost a couple of spots already. And
McMassey
here comes
making for a run.
McMassey in the 48. He'll go to the outside and he'll point that 48 car to the lead. Tommy Scott going to give it up.
Ryan Gavel looking under Scott Crump.
Impressive the amount of distance Nick Massey has already put on the 95 after completing that pass.
Yeah, he was able to really stretch his legs a little bit. He's about 2/10 faster than the field on his last lap, so his car likes clean air.
I would say so.
Back in the pack a little bit. Let's see how we're doing back here. Looking back at Chad Thurnquist.
David Tooker. This is a battle for the fifth on back.
Chad's is back in his 0-2 this week after Sage Karam came in last week and kind of sniped that off of him. And Sage is in the race and he's in the 45 now.
Okay.
Ain't there with a big run.
That outside line trying to attack the 19 and the 02, both not giving up on it just yet.
Looks like Shane going to give Adams a push.
They reach down the back straightaway. Anderson and Steinmiller. Steinmiller, he's gained a couple of positions since the drop of the green flag. That 63 car moving up. Woo! Close quarter racing.
Shane had to back up a little bit, door to door there with Chad Thurnquist.
Things got really close. See, just behind Chad, who's going to cover that spot right in front of the 03. Joyner's one of the guys who must win here tonight in order to keep his championship hopes alive. Again, for those of you that are new, I will give you the key here. Anybody that's in green is already locked into the top 14. Those are the people that are going to be running for a championship this season. Yellow indicates that they are in already.
For now.
Orange means that they're on the outside looking in. And red means they must win.
That's correct. So the orange they can win or point in. Anybody in red has to win first and then get lucky with some of the other things. They might not be in the points high enough to get in. So, but first things first, they have to win the race.
Looks like Adams is the highest of our winners, or people that must win in that one car. Massey has pulled out to a second and a half, more than a second and a half lead.
And still running consistently about a tenth and a half, almost 2/10 better than the field.
one thing that we saw play havoc, and I believe kind of ruined the race for Martin Truex Jr. last Sunday, was the sun. This is a night race, so these guys will not have to worry about that.
Ooh, Hank gets a little loose.
But it'll be interesting to see if Massey can keep up that pace as the tires wear on. We do know, we heard 15 to 20 was the moment these tires begin to really lose grip, and you're doing all that you can inside the race car.
Sage Karam's up 9 positions since his start. Just picked off 14th. Up to 14th, looking at the back of Chad.
I believe he had a good run in the Xfinity series here. I did watch that race. I don't know where he finished.
Look at Chad throwing us a livery that I've never seen before from him. Entirely different color.
Oh, yeah, that 15.
You gotta take a look at that.
Unique.
Taking the tires.
Years.
Nice looking paint job. Halloween, yeah, he's got a skeleton and a headstone on the back there.
Where are you gonna be for Halloween? This upcoming, is it next Monday? Yes.
I'm gonna go as a middle-aged diabetic, so I just try to steal a little candy off of my kids when they come back if hitting their grandparents. But other than that, I try to stay away from the temptation.
Taking a look at the 90 car, Scott Crump running along in the third position. He's one of those drivers, surprisingly, on the outside looking in. Needs to have a good run here tonight, and is doing so right now, currently in the second position.
Yeah, and Scott's had a good second half of the regular season. I don't know if he did some upgrades on his system, but his issue was always blinking. And lately, I don't want to jinx him, but he's been doing really well, and that allows him to finish up front. He's had a couple of races where he just had some bad luck, at the wrong place at the wrong time, but he's been running really solid the second half.
And I misspoke. He's not on the outside looking in.
Yeah, he's currently
I was looking at, he is currently in. Looking at Scott and Kwame Scott in the third position. So 17 laps down here in the Homestead 200. We have been clean and, dare I say, green so far.
Try to find us some close battles here. Got David Tooker coming under Hank Steinmiller. That'd be for 7th position.
Battle inside the top 10.
Josh Adams in the 6th position.
No one really is using that high lane. Adams has worked his way up to 6.
We had some really long green flag runs in the Xfinity race on Monday for Elite, and it seems to be carrying over. We're off to a nice start. Everybody's clean.
Yes, better than that caution fest last week.
Yeah, and it seemed to be even the Xfinity race. Once we had our first caution, then we had a lot of them. It was really hard to finish those last 15, 20 laps. Cautions breed cautions, as they always say, and that was definitely the case.
Hopefully won't be the case here tonight. Working lap 20 of 134 here, the Homestead 200.
Go back a little deeper in the field, gives these guys some air time. Trevor Elam up 10 spots, now in 21st.
And is that Sage there in the 45, you said?
Yep.
Up to 20th. He's making his way.
Robert Hill back there, one of our fellow commentators.
Doing a good job in the 0-2. Or, excuse me, the number 2.
Now, he gave me an interesting tidbit today that if he is currently in the playoffs, if he stays in the playoffs, he'll be the first non-U.S. member of the elite playoffs for Cup. So he's trying to get to Canada, and he's representing the world, I think, is basically what he's saying.
Doing a good job there so far. Keep all the fenders on it.
Yeah, he definitely just wants to stay clean, I think. Especially when you're already on the inside. Just have a good finish and you'll be okay.
See, is
Johnny
that the
Thomas.
31?
91, Johnny Thomas.
91, Johnny Thomas underneath Matthew Weeks. Just inside the top 15 there. And there's Adams, the 1 car, taking a look underneath Ryan Gavel. Anderson, who I'm surprised has not made much of a move here. A lot of people were pointing at him as the car to beat. Fastest in practice.
Down 4 spots from his start, too.
Started up on the front row in 2nd spot. There's Adams taking a look underneath the shorter distance. Gavel hangs on for now. On board the 1 car.
The 1 and the 01. Door to door.
You see him trying to side draft, get to that left quarter panel.
Got
pull it back.
Getting close up here. We better bump back up to the front.
Kwame Scott actually just got by him. Saw a little bit of a correction with the wheel there for the 90 car. But Scott gonna lose a spot there.
Yeah, we've got a little bubble after Scott Crump. It kind of about 2 seconds back to Gavel behind that. So the top 3 cars have kind of run away.
And you have to wonder, these guys have got to be screaming about their tires now. This is just outside of that comfortable window that
Kwame with a big run.
Talking about.
Big run on Massey. New leader.
As they rounded to turn number 3, yes, the 95 gets around the 48 car. 2nd lead change of the night. Back to our our pole setter, excuse me. Where is our point leader, though? Tyler Fody.
Tyler Fody's sitting back in 8th.
8th position, just behind David Tucker. Hasn't made much noise yet.
Not much he's running for tonight. I think he's locked up the regular season title as well. So I don't think there's anything that's going to change for him tonight.
Interesting.
Probably just out to try to help his teammates. One of his teammates right there behind him, Hank Steinmiller.
Steinmiller in the 9th position. One of those drivers, he's comfortable now where they run, but needs a good run here tonight.
Yeah, Hank would be the last one locked in. Or not locked in, but the last one currently in. So one most at risk.
I'm impressed. We have not had a caution yet.
You're just trying to jinx it there, aren't you, Alan? Just trying to.
Trying to.
Look up the rule books here. Drivers are starting to get cocky. They're talking about going caution free. That's always a bad idea.
Oh, gosh. That I would like to see, but I don't. Not that I have no faith. But,
a little premature for that.
Yeah. We're only lap 30. 104 laps to go. Anything can happen. Excuse me, my dog has found his squeaker.
He found his toy.
He found. I thought I hit that too. How you hit that? Well, while we're under this green flag run, why don't we do our sponsor reads?
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Hold those up for me real quick here. Oh. All right, our series sponsor tonight is Join APS. Join APS offers a complete solution for all types of businesses that need to process credit card related transactions. Their industry-specific solutions provide the best options for your business model. They have experienced client service representatives who understand what your processing needs are. Premier partners, TA Services, who will run their spot in a second, and Blue Egg Marketing. Blue Egg is the marketing department for small businesses. And for small business owners, Blue Egg is your biggest fan. And now here's a quick word from TA.
As always, a big thank you to each and every one of our series sponsors for the Join APS.com Cup Series. Would not be able to get it done without them. Pit stops we're hearing on the radio might be coming in soon here, Dave.
Yeah, I think a couple guys have already come in. Looking at the list, pit last. So we had Chad Thornquist came down pit lane, Alex Gray, Joey Chapman, and Bronson Stafford are the first four that have come in. They came in at the earliest one would be lap 29.
That's pretty early. Don't know what the tire fall off is, but it might be significant. We knew they were running almost 2 seconds faster than what they had last time in the real world, so
it looks like right now they're about 1.8 seconds off their best time on this set of tires. So they've lost about a 1.8.
Almost 2 seconds.
Somebody will go. Shane Therian's I think our first taker. He looks like he's on pit road right now.
He is. And you need not to have a penalty, especially one during a green flag pit stop.
So we can see he's running about 35 threes, 35 fours before he came in. So we'll keep an eye on what he comes back out. Does. Gets back out on the track.
Kwame Scott now opening up that lead to 1.4 seconds. Does he event to go down pit road this time by? Nope. He'll stay out on the racetrack. Oh, Tate Lytle, that's some heavy traffic. Ryan Gavel, woo, very loose right there.
Big wiggle.
Gavel falling back.
Dropped all the way down to 11th now. RC and Fody going at it up here. This would be for 6th place.
Fody doing it the hard way on the outside. And he'll do so.
Oop, little contact. Fody's around.
Oh, he goes around, and that's going to trigger a yellow?
Not yet, it hasn't, oddly enough.
He's off the racing groove.
Yeah.
The point leader with an issue. Contact with him, and was that RC Anderson? He's not moved yet. I'm thinking if he gets it pointed in the right direction, we stand.
And there's yellow. Oh, and then he slides it sideways.
I wonder if that was an accident.
I don't see anybody else off or involved in anything.
No, I meant for the 40 and the 50, the initial contact.
Don't see anybody else involved, at least. Oh, Rusty Capel was. Rusty Capel went up into the wall.
And our first yellow flag of the night is out.
50 at fault on that. Tally issued to the 50. Everybody's in.
Who did that trap a lap down? And who's going to have to use the wave around as everybody comes in? RC Anderson, I must admit, did not see that coming. Our first car with the tally.
Yeah, you don't usually see those guys get into anybody else, let alone each other. So
yeah.
So we made it roughly close to third of the way through before we got our first caution.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Under caution here for the first time tonight. We'll leave you with the track map here, and we'll bring you back to restart when we come back. All right, getting set for the first restart of the night. Kwame Scott in the Geico restart zone. Green flag back out. We're back to racing here. Virtual Homestead Miami Speedway. He was off to a well of a jump there. Josh Adams, one of the drivers who needs to win, in second place. That one car finished second in the Cup Series there. So he's doing a good job. Nick Massey, he's back a couple of spots. Sorry there.
Restarts are always where the action happens back here, so we got a lot of close battles now.
Yep, things had settled down. And what were we talking about, going caution free? I think that was a what do you call it? Very too early to call that move. I'll put it that way. Ryan Gavel in that 7th place machine, taking a look, still using the white line to his advantage. And Tate Lytle has come from the back of the pack to join the top 10. Heck, he's in the top 5.
Lots of ongoing discussion in the driver chat about that last caution and what caused it. Some question about whether or not Tyler Fode caused a caution on purpose. Look at that after the race. Trying to figure out, I guess the league rule is a 1 race suspension for bringing out a caution on purpose. So that would have a huge implication to the playoffs.
Oh, that would definitely would.
But for me, from what I saw, it looked like it looked like the caution probably should have came out, but then once it didn't, he had to get back out going somehow. And as soon as he went forward onto the track, it triggered the caution because his tires were so shot. He just kind of split around is what he's saying, and like that's kind of what the video showed. But I would kind of agree with him that I don't think anybody else in that situation would have put it in reverse and gone to the axis. We'll see what they say. I'm always
Hopefully
wrong.
Not. That would be huge. A 1 race suspension. That is something we typically do not see here in the JoinAPS.com Cup Series, but penalties are penalties. Heck, we've only had 4 drivers in the real world suspended over 11 years, I believe, and one was Bubba Wallace this past weekend. Only the 4th driver, second since the McKentas. Ooh, a bump.
Harold Campbell bumping on the back of Daniel Martinez. Zach Rogers. That's a tight pack right in there.
And this is for the 16th spot. Anderson in that 50 car who made that contact with Fode has dropped back severely. Up front, though, Scott Crump has caught Kwame Scott.
He has faster lap times. Nick Massey actually has the fastest lap time going right now.
That 90 car, if it's on the track, Scott Crump is coming.
Yeah, he pretty much knows only one pace, and that's full blast. So
yeah. I am impressed with this 95 car. We take a look at the 11 and the 01 battling side by side for 7.
both of them are catching up on David Tooker, who's in 6th.
Tooker surprised me that his name is in yellow.
Yeah, and he was really quiet most of the first part of the season. We really didn't say much about him at all. And I think that's what kind of led him to be in this position. He's been more himself about mid-season on, but he had a hole to make up. So.
Just behind two-time winner this season, Tate Lytle, and defending series champ, Tate Lytle.
Look back at these two. They keep going door to door back there with Weeks and Gavel. Latham Joyner not afraid to stick his nose in there either.
That's what I love about Homestead. You can run differing lines. You don't have to be necessarily right behind the guy that's in front of you, dirtying up that air. And we see the 03 actually give a shove to the 01 and get a position away from this. Now, is he going to move to the inside?
Hank Steinmiller starting to sneak up on the back of this battle.
He's lost a couple of spots. He was up in the 6th position there. He's dropped back to 10th.
Tate Lytle now up to 5th. He's up 28 spots.
Biggest mover of the night, I believe.
Yeah, Chris Wright's up 26th. He had an EOL. You don't know what put Tate in the back like that, but he is up 28 spots.
He wasn't in the back for long. That caution, it hurt the people that had pit. So I wonder where they are at right now.
Well, if we take a look at that was like Shane Darian. He's all the way down in 32nd now. So
thankful he's in the green though. Gonna have a good day. Or a
yeah,
bad day.
That makes you feel a little better. Most of the others that had pitted either are out of the race now. Yeah, they've dropped, or they're way at the back running multiple laps down. Thirdquist is retired. Capel's in the pit getting repair.
Must have hit that wall pretty hard, that 9 car did.
Crump taking a look.
Scott Crump to the outside, and Kwame Scott is going to give it to him. We'll see what happens here. Don't rule out that 1 car.
Yeah, he had a nice run there. Took advantage of those two going side by side.
Scott Crump has taken the lead for the first time here tonight. He wants to keep it that way.
Definitely, if you're at a track where you can have a lot of cautions, being at the front's the safest place. Let everything happen behind you.
Control what you can control, and that is up front. Adams, though, looking underneath Kwame there, had a brief thought of it. As this battle for second rages on. He's going to look to the inside here. Oh, just not enough. And these people have but a second. Excuse me.
Nap time?
On 4th place, Nick Massey. Yes. Little bit tired here.
That's kind of settled itself out. Let's look and see who else is running close. Not a huge amount of close battle. Matthew Weeks coming up on the back of Latham Joyner. Although I believe that's Latham who's gone by both Gavel and Weeks to get to where he's at.
Yes, he did. He was at one point. Weeks also making the move. These guys were both behind Gavel. Woo! That low sponsorship takes me back to some incredible moments here at Homestead, including 7 in a row. Seemed like Jimmy Johnson was always winning. Or 5 in a row. All with Lowe's on board. It's a powerhouse statement. Sponsor.
Chris Wright's having a good run tonight. He's up 27 spots now. He doesn't have to win, but he needs a really good finish to get himself out of that orange status and get him up into the top 14. Looking point-wise, I think he was down 29 points out of the top 12. I think there's like 40 points up for grabs tonight, so for the winner anyway.
I'll take a page out of the Steve Letarte book. The best way to control your destiny is winning.
Yes, always. Yeah, whatever scenario you can put together is always going to be a lot better if you win.
If you win, then points are out the window if you win first. Right now we have 3 differing strategies up front between Crump, Scott, and Adams. Each one of those different colors. Each one different scenario to point their way into the playoff for their grid. We keep an eye on Chris Wright. I thought I saw the was it the 63? Not 63, excuse me, Shane Terrian. Did he have another problem? He was slow on the backstretch a couple laps ago.
Yeah, he's now coming to the pits.
He's back on the pit road.
Yeah, let's see if we can go back and see what happened to him. Didn't cause a caution.
Running up high.
Gets loose. No contact there. Misses Alex Gray.
But actually goes for a slide on the front stretch. I'm surprised this did not bring out a yellow.
Yeah, sometimes it's really weird what brings out cautions in iRacing. I mean, you're sitting on the racing line on the front stretch, backing up, and
that would have
nobody nearby.
Flag under real conditions, but
yeah, I think, and there's been a lot of discussion about what throws flags and what doesn't, and one of the things I always think that we could enter in a little common sense of what would throw one in a real life, and you made a good point that in the real world that would have been a car.
Not been the day though for Tyrion, as Kwame Scott's going back for the lead.
Clears them pretty easy. You know Crump will come right back.
Whoa!
Adam's way low.
Way loose.
We'll lose a lot of spots.
3rd, 4th, and 5th, but thankfully not a race car. That one car very loose, had a moment out of turn 4. Still trying to gather his momentum back.
Gerald Campbell working on Ryan Gavel. Got a little close there, made Gerald had to back out. Oh, showing a car off. Michael Hosack, see how what happened with him.
24 car.
He was running back around 29 or 30. Ooh, gets into Brent Jones, the 89. They both go around.
And that, to me, would have been another yellow.
Yeah, they're both
into the wall.
Brent Jones keeps going.
An innocent victim there. They are off the racing surface. So more so than what we saw with Shane. But still no yellow flag. And we just passed the halfway mark. This race is flying by.
Daniel Martinez and Gerald Campbell. Gerald's getting past Daniel. For the 13th spot, Gerald's up 8 spots on the night. Gets a little loose. And he's going to lose all the spots he just gained. He's going to give right back.
Sometimes it's one of those days. See, Trey Holmes in that 88 car, haven't mentioned his name.
So this could get interesting here.
Still Chris right there with a blink.
Trey Holmes getting under Sage Karam. Closest battle on track right now, so we'll stay here.
We see Anderson there using that high lane to his advantage.
Gavel and Elam door to door. Gavel up into the 11th spot.
About 30 more laps in this run. I don't know if they were able to make it on fuel. Tires, an entirely different story here as well. I think we'll need one more green flag pit stop for everybody involved.
Reckon on the backstretch, what I hear, Trevor Elam involved. Go back, the aftermath of it. Yeah, Trevor's around. Back on the track. Let's jump back and see what happened to him.
No yellow flag.
All by himself.
You saw the 01 have an issue there as well.
He's off the racing line again.
Trying to keep it off the wall. He'll do so, but he'll lose a ton of spots.
Finally gets under control. Now we got some guys who have just come in. We got Chad Frankenfield, Ryan Schold, and Hunter Smith all came in at lap 71 and 72, so they got fresh tires now.
So the 60 car just slapped the wall there. But yeah, the 15, wow, he drove out of the picture that we had with that other closest competitor toward him. How much new tires mean.
Yeah, it's almost 2 seconds a lap faster. Let's see how he comes up on Robert Hill here. Those passes aren't for position, but they're getting him back. He's passing the cars on the lead lap in front of him.
Yep. And he'll make up all that time once these drivers do elect to make their pit stop. And I believe they'll still have to make another one, so this is still not the end. See Ryan Gavel just in front of Trey Holmes there.
Trey goes low on him, takes a position, moves him up into 12th.
See the 24 Hossack, he must have just gotten.
Yeah, he came
tired.
in since he spun. He came in and got fresh tires as well.
These
Now-
guys doing all they can, in the lane that they can.
Everybody on the lead lap on the same tire strategy, all headed at 4-lap 40.
Whoa, did you see that 01 right there? He was very loose.
Very loose. Like he was drifting through that corner.
There's Chad. Yeah, and I must admit, that kick and tire paint scheme is pretty fly.
Back up toward the top of the field here. Keep an eye. Joshua Adams and Hank Steinmiller. Little battle.
Adams, who at that moment in turn 4, has not really recovered and has fallen back all the way to the 9th spot.
Here, Nick Massey's going to be coming to the pit lane here soon.
And there he is. Oh!
Oh, hang on.
He does.
Also, Joshua Adams dove in.
Don't know when the commitment cone and when pit road speed is. Is it that first?
Different
yellow,
tracks, it's different
there?
lines. So, yeah.
Hopefully not caught for speeding there. Looks like no harm, no foul, though. But these pit stops, they're going to change who's out front here. Especially with Scott Crump and Kwame Scott still leading. They have not gone down pit road yet.
Always a dangerous time when you start to have new tires mixing in with the old tires. Some of these cars like Jesse Rasmus there in the 70, he's got a faster car, but he's way behind Chris Wright.
Also don't want to be trapped a lap down. I mean, you can get the wave around, but not going to be in the same tire strategy.
And Chad, who was a lap down, is now passed his way back onto the lead lap.
Which is
now,
good.
Now up into 23rd.
You see him just last round this traffic. He's going to have a heck of a lead, a net gain at least on the position he was running. They go around Tate Lytle.
Tate Lytle, left and right. They're going to put him in the middle.
Oh, is he around? Oh, he slapped the wall pretty hard out of turn 2.
Wanda.
You would mention it. They were around him left and right.
And Tate is not happy in the driver chat.
Ooh. Yes. He hit that wall pretty, that's some pretty gnarly contact there. Has not been down pit road yet? I don't believe so.
Scott Crump in.
First of our leaders.
Zach Rogers also in as well. He's back underway.
Service complete. Kwame Scott still your leader. David Tooker has inherited second spot. See the 60 car who had already had service down pit road, and the 15, and the 48. That's got to be nail biting, though. Seeing these guys who you know have already pitted go around you.
Hank Steinmiller into the pits. Dad's worked his way up to 20th now. Well, they're getting kind of close. At this rate, they've gone 49, almost 50 laps on these tires. So they could be...
They try and make it to the end, yes.
That's definitely their plan. They're going to come in one last time.
It'll be interesting to see, though, how the math adds up. Before we got that Ryan Blaney spin on Sunday, all right, we heard Steve Letarte say that you can make up 10 seconds by pitting twice. So some of these guys electing to pit twice versus, what do you call it? A one-stop strategy.
Most of the old tire cars are all spread out now. Getting spread out from all the other cars passing in and out, going up through the field. Closest battle, Harrison Talon 15th, Robert Hill in 14th. Harrison going to get the spot on the bottom.
Harrison having a good job, just having a good day.
Yep. Nothing to run for. He's been eliminated, so.
Yeah.
Just for pride.
He's doing a good job keeping all four fenders on it.
He can't help his teammates. Wyatt Knadel, Trey Holmes also running for fueled up.
Kwame Scott has put almost a 6-second lead in front of David Tooker there, and has not pinned down pit road. He is electing to make his final stop there, his only stop.
Tooker now in. Moves Johnny Thomas up into second place. '95 is going to be coming in. The leader is coming to pit lane.
All right. Need not to beat yourself, and this could be a race-winning move. Kwame deciding only to pit once, doing all he can to keep that track position. He's done that. Now to the attention of pit road, not to have a mistake, don't overshoot your box. Does so perfectly. Or it looks good so far.
So they'll have 40 laps to go to the green, to the checkered.
And I believe he split that stint in half.
He pitted at lap 40 and then at lap 94. So he went 40 laps and then 54 laps. So he definitely can go 40 again.
Yes.
You can see the pit strategies, how everybody's run it out.
And he had 40 more. There's 40 more laps to go to the end of this race. So I like that call.
Yeah, you kind of know what you're getting into. You've already run a 40 lap stint, so you know what your time should be on when you get to 40. So
That places the lead into the hands of Matthew Weeks. He is yet to pit.
now the top car on new tires would be Nick Massey, who was the first one in. Came in on lap 80.
He will have to pit again, we believe.
If he can get 54 laps like everybody else did in this stint, he wouldn't have to. He would get from 80 to 134, and he'd be already done.
Oh.
So he did a 40, basically like a 40 and 40 and a 54, but 54 is going to be his last. So you can see there, Massey. So you can see up there with Weeks, they did like 40, 56, and then they're going to do a 438. Where if you look down on the line 6 for Massey there, he did a 40, and then he's going to now have to do a 54 to get to the end.
I see. Yes.
Sage Karam's in the pits.
We'll see how it all shakes out.
And we know we're probably going to get some cautions that are all going to make that up. And as I say it, there it is.
Caution is out, Dave. How could you?
Oh, just when you get everything figured out, you have to shake the snow globe and make it wild.
This caution, don't know if it hurt anybody but Joey, but that looked a whole heck of a lot less than what we saw with the 24 earlier. Looks like Matthew Weeks, is he the only one that has not pitted yet?
Oh, there were quite a few of them.
Scoring.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Weeks, Joyner, Canadal hasn't pit, Chris Wright, Joshua Clark, Michael Goodman, Robert Hill, Dustin Dewar.
Pit road is open. This time by, and I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of people take the wave around here.
Frustrations in driver chat is the caution caused by somebody 16 laps down.
Ooh. Not a good look.
Nobody's staying out, it looks like, so we're gonna reset the entire field and everybody's gonna be on the same playing field here.
34 laps to go.
Johnny Thomas will assume the lead because he did just come in, so he came in at 93. So he'll only have to go 44 laps to the end.
And if he just came in, it should not have to cycle him to the back. And he should have cycled to the back based on his tires. That costed really the saving grace for him to keep his track position.
Yeah, Harrison Talon has stayed out so far, but we don't know if he's going to come in. He probably will. I mean, he's on 59 lap tires.
Probably get a point lead. Excuse me while I yell at my dog. Dig up. No. And there he.
Now he's in. That coming down the pits with him. Alex Gray or Jesse Ray. All right, let's take a quick break for a breath of fresh air and a drink, and we'll be right back.
cleaning up our second caution of the night up front, Johnny Thomas and Matthew Weeks. Little bit of a jumbled up and new contenders up front after this caution. Only our second one of the night, and this begs the question, will we see more? Johnny Thomas electing to start on the inside.
2 win and in drivers in the top 6 with Joyner and Adams.
Joyner has to have
win and have a chance to in, I guess. I shouldn't misstate.
Oh, the 44 does not get going in that outside lane. They're 3 wide as they stack up behind them. 84 Wyatt Canadal also with an issue entering turn 1. We're back underway. Johnny Thomas away with the lead. Caution. Just as I was afraid that this might happen, do caution 3 cautions.
It does. Tate Lytle into the Ryan Schold.
Ooh. Hunter Smith gets turned into the outside wall in front of the 63. And we have a big mess on the back stretch.
Looks like Schold got loose before Tate got into him.
He got loose twice. He was trying to fight it. Thing tried to go around on him.
Oh, miss there. Brent Jones with a miss. I don't see anybody else. There. Nobody else got involved, luckily.
Hunter Smith, though, lots of damage. And our third caution quickly out.
Go back and look at Brent Jones from an in-car. You can see everything looks fine up there, but then Schold gets into Tate.
Oh. Man.
You think you're going to be okay until he just comes back and... Oh. So tight.
Thankfully, there was enough room to get by. He almost got into the 4 car. And at that point, I believe you're just reacting.
On board with Hunter Smith for this ride.
Not going to be a fun one. He just gets right reared. Not on purpose, but... unfortunate for last year's Rookie of the Year.
Now we'll look and see, did anybody else come back down? Top 19 all stayed on track. Down 24th, 24th, 25th, 26th, 28th, 29th. From 24th on back, they came back in and refreshed their. They got rid of basically 5 flap old tires. But hey, you have 6 sets.
Johnny Thomas. I haven't talked about him winning since his Daytona 500 win a couple of seasons ago, I believe. I think that was the last time we saw this 91 car in victory lane. And how about Joyner doing all he can? A win. Don't know if necessarily he would be in, but it would go a long shot on a long way. To get that 03 car in the point battle. Where is Kwame Scott?
Tommy is in 12th.
So that caution, not the best of luck to him. He has some time.
Yeah, and for somebody who needs to point in, Kwame needs a whole lot of people in front of him that aren't yellow and green. So
Yeah. Take Light of Michael Goodman. We are doubled up once again. Gonna go green next time by.
see if we can keep it under 5 cautions. So that's my goal.
Still not a bad day.
No, not at all.
Johnny doing a good job. Oh, you saw a big block there to get to the inside. Ooh, Crump and Adams almost getting together. This is the point of the race where push is gonna come to shove. And here comes the 03 up underneath, and the 4th yellow flag is out. Uh-oh.
Like,
So blink out of the 18 there.
Martinez is going to get in his left rear.
Michael Hossack goes around. Turn 2, that's where we've seen all the trouble.
Number 33.
I'm surprised that took out another caution, though, considering they were off the racing line.
Yeah, I would agree. Almost like if you spin by yourself down into the off the racing line, you're okay. But if you get contact, takes you down there.
And you saw the 33 issued a tally for that one. We are going to leave you, though, with the racing schedule for next time. Bye. Don't go anywhere. We're cleaning up our 4th caution. All right, clean up our fourth caution after what was a clean and green race there, pretty relatively for the Cup Series here. We've had two quick yellow flags, and it looks like we are not going green this time. By I thought we were. Oh, excuse me. I'm telling you, this 03 though, if he can time his restart there correctly, he's gonna be a factor toward the end of this one. Oh, oh. When you absolutely positively have to have a good day, tonight might be it. They're about to reach the Geico restart zone. Oh, he does not get a good jump. Matthew Weeks is going to pull to the inside and a block by Johnny Thomas there. They're 4 wide. Nick Massey and Chris Wright. Oh, Massey gets it to right and goes around. Robert Hill also involved. No yellow flag. Robert Hill definitely an innocent victim in that. I saw this 4 wide. I did not like that because we have not seen that all race long. He just got into a very vulnerable spot. He knocks the 57 car into the wall and then comes back down on the 2. we have no idea what triggers the yellows. The world may never know. Scott Crumpy, the 3rd. And can't rule out Ryan Gavel and Kwame Scott. I missed our 26 to go, our counter ticked down. But who are you liking here as we see Matthew Weeks challenge for the lead, and he'll take it from Johnny Thomas. He's going to bring along the 90 car, looks like, this time as well. I like that 90, Scott Crump. Wide. Wow. You know, Chastain made a similar move as gets into the side of the 91 as they're 3 wide. Kwame Scott added into the mix. I always say it's different when you go into a corner and you know you're going to be 3 wide versus suddenly being put 3 wide. Caution is out, the 5th one of the night. Oh, Sage Carob. And he was in the middle of the track there. Contact. Gets into Joshua Clark. Elam also collects the 23, who also goes around. Oh, Harrison Talon trying, doing all he can to just have a good, clean race. doesn't hit the wall. This will be a good view of it. Oh, just nothing you can do. They were wrecking right in front of him. Does a good job to lock it down and avoid further issue, but bad break. Another one for this 23 car. Looks like he could barely get going. Well, we did see Massey get loose there first. So, we'll see that. They were consistent with that, but I like. Interesting. I like the desperate strategy move of the 1 and the 03. They have to do something in order to keep. They're thinking big picture here, and it might pay off. You get a rash of yellow fever, and suddenly we got 2 laps to go, and you have the lead. That is pretty significant, but there is a lot of people in between them. So we'll see what happens here. Under caution here for the 5th time. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the finale of this one. All right, cleaning up our 5th caution flag of the night. Pace car is in. 19 lap older tires on the 1 and the 03. They must win in order to keep their championship hopes alive for the rest of the season.
Oh my. There's some packs back there. Contact. RC and Gavel.
They get away. Weeks fresh as tires there. Leads them still in the 8th spot. 13 laps to go. There's Kwame Scott taking a look up underneath that one car. And Adams cannot afford to lose this spot. Kwame Scott back up to the point. He was our pole setter for tonight. There's Adams. Wow,
contact.
These two are going at it. That's going to shuffle the 95 way up the racetrack into the clutches of Scott Crump. 11 to go.
Kwame did a nice job of keeping it off the wall, gathering it back up.
He did. But that was an aggressive move made by the one car. And that aggression is only going to get more.
Tight. Right, it slips right between Crump really and tight. Adams. Amazing.
Surprised the 95 did not move the one car up the racetrack like he did one lap ago. Here comes Kwame Scott back to the inside.
Ooh, there's a 15 putting a wheel under or a nose underneath Latham Joyner back there. Try to watch the lead at the front, but action might be going from behind too.
Adams and Joyner, both in that must-win situation. Adams loose. Oh, Adams gonna lose a couple of spots here.
Chris Wright putting the bumper to Chad. Chad side doors Latham a little bit. R.C. Anderson now up here in the fight. Not a lot of shy drivers in that group.
No, not at all. How about Chris Wright? He has passed every car today. Up in the 4th spot.
Chris is pretty much in a has-to-win situation, too. He can actually point in, but he would need just about everybody else to finish below him. But he's just going to try to take it out in his own hands and go for the win.
Almost 4 wide racing here. Look at those 4 cars, 4 different lines there in turn 2. Have to feel for Adams though. Now that he's back in traffic, that car not handling like it once was. 7 to go. Kwame Scott up front.
Kate Lytle up the hill back there. Stay right here. This is their tightest battle for position. Keeping an eye up front.
Yeah, Crump still has not caught Kwame Scott yet, and those two are driving away.
Kate's going to try to give Chris a push, looks like.
He cuts to the left. Trying to go underneath, and he'll take that spot. Is that a yellow flag? Yes, the 6th one of the night.
Don't know yet who it's on.
Could change everything.
Coming around Tooker.
Yeah. If you're one of the top 10, here you have to stay out. If you want to grab a couple more points and you feel that enough people stay out and your mid-pack maybe come in, but feel like if you're at least the top 10, you have to stay out here.
Looks
Gavel
like
and
Weeks gets into Gavel, but Gavel keeps it together. So that's not it there.
You had mentioned the 19. Oh. That must have been when the caution came out, or no. Don't know why there was a sudden burst of speed out of the 11 car there. And why that would trigger a yellow. I'm so confused.
I don't know where the caution came. Oh, Tucker got into that.
And there's a lot of damage. So there goes Tucker. It goes around there. So there's the reason for the yellow.
Looks like Gerald has some damage. I don't know what from. See if we can go back on him. See what happens with him.
I wonder if the caution came out. The 01 knew that, but the 11 didn't. And this is what caused the caution. Yes. Into the wall. Big hit there. Daniel Martinez also gets a piece of the action. And I have to wonder what turned Tucker was the fact that the caution came out and the 01 got off the gas and the 11 car did not know that, was not expecting that.
Yeah, a lot of wild situation there.
The 31. Because I'm pretty sure the caution was already out when Tucker went around. Yes. That is a big hit there. Definitely right toe link.
Well, this will be popular in the driver chat. The 11 and the 01 EOL for contact under caution.
Yeah. Ooh. But I'm pretty sure the 11 probably was not expecting the 01 to get off the gas like that. However, rules are rules. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the 01 knows that he hears that caution's out, so he's off the gas. Although I don't know why you would want to be so immediately off it with a competitor behind you.
Ooh, 10-point. They're talking 10-point post-race penalty on Gavel as well.
Yeah, that is tough. We are going to have our first green-white checkered. I believe everybody stayed out. And the pace lights are out, so this is it. Kwame Scott and Scott Crump.
Sorry, my left ear is just loaded with information right now. So the EOL was on Weeks for getting into the back of Gavel under the caution. Gavel is then also getting an EOL for making contact retaliation back to Weeks after that. And then since Gavel retaliated, he'll also get 10 points. 10 points off after the race.
And we didn't see the retaliation, correct?
Yeah, we kind of did. I can go back real quick.
Oh, we don't have to. I see the pace lights are back turned on, so if we are able
I can
turn that within another lap.
Yeah, I can jump back here.
Where is this?
This is
There we go. So again,
this is
look out for the 31.
There's nothing for that. Okay.
Okay.
The initial tally is for Weeks because it's going to come up and hit him in the back right there. Okay.
All right.
And then as Weeks goes by, Gavel comes back and gets him. Gavel comes across him and hits him. So.
Okay. And that Tucker was an innocent victim.
Yes.
Through all of that. And
And I believe that's part of what's carrying it, is because Tooker was an innocent victim and got taken out, then that makes it pretty severe. We extended the caution because Gavel was fighting it and did not go back to the back, so they were threatening to suspend him until he went and take his spot at the back. So we had lots of drama that you guys aren't aware of, and we can't really show you, but I just wanted to kind of give everybody what's going on.
Alrighty. And we still have yet another lap. Wonder if there's still more fighting going on.
I think we finally have now got Weeks into his spot. And Gavel, H. Karam, right? They're actually going to be front to back here. Couple cars between them. Drama. Let's finish this out.
2 laps to settle out the regular season finale here at Homestead.
So your freshest tires are RC at 118 and Tate at 118, and then Trey Holmes on back are at all at 100. You got 4 cars with older tires. Kwame, Scott Crump, Latham Joyner, and Chad Frankenfield.
Kwame Scott. I believe he's just going to get on the loud pedal and go. That's exactly what he does. 2 laps to settle it here at Homestead. RC Anderson there trying to get up underneath Scott Crump. That is a battle for second. It is tight.
And another caution.
We're going to try to settle it on this lap. Looks like that will not come to pass. Daniel Martinez in the 33 around.
Daniel Martinez is going to be involved at some point, but I don't know if it started with him. We'll see what happens. Nope, we already got Josh Adams up there a little farther.
Let's see, though. We can... Oh, and the 99.
Yeah, the 99.
It's the 21. And then Wyatt Knadel can avoid that. Oh, there are a bunch of cars spinning. Oh, my. Wow. I'm glad we did see that from the one car we thought was in trouble. He actually did a well of a job to not be involved in everything that happened around him.
96 is who they're saying is at fault, and we didn't even look at him. I think maybe he shows up as a 99.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Interesting, because I thought I saw the 21.
Yeah, so it's flagging the 96, which is actually 99 on the screen.
Yeah,
21 to the 99.
The 21 had contact there. Wyatt Knadel, innocent victim, and then the 21 and the 28, Joshua Clark go around. Ooh. Nowhere to go for that machine there. I was unable to get a number read on that car. And then Daniel Martinez also an innocent victim. Right on board the 28 car. Is there ever a safe spot where there are that many cars around you? We'll have our second attempt at a green-white checker.
All the same up front, same players, the same tires.
RC Anderson was able to get around the 90 Scott Crump there.
So now our 134 lap race is now on lap 138.
Good thing we don't settle this. It's a good thing for us fans and us up in the booth. Perhaps the drivers do not so much. But Kwame Scott will be credited, excuse me, with leading lap 134.
Yep. So Adams is pretty much dropped all the way out now. He's all the way back in 22nd, so he's no longer a factor. Chris Wright down to 18th, probably won't get himself back up to win in. Kwame's put himself exactly where he needs to be. He can't, just winning alone won't get him in. He has to point his way in, so we'll have to wait and see where he is chase-wise. I mean, he was only one car out of the top 14. So you would think with somebody ahead of him would have to go. Yeah. Gavel now going back. They're at about a 30-point difference between the two of them. That might do it. So really just won't know until it's over.
What is my Steve Letarte strategy? Just win.
Just win. Win and let him do math.
Yep. Let somebody else take out that calculator.
Look at number 7 in 7th place. Tyler Fode, after everything he went through, he's all the way back up to 7th.
All right, our second attempt. About to get underneath the green flag. Pace car is in. Kwame Scott, the leader in the Geico restart zone.
Little bumping between Fode, Chad, and Lytle all hit each other before the start. Yellow flag again.
Oh my goodness. We didn't even make it. And we have up to 3 attempts. I wonder if that was an accordion effect type. Because you're right.
Yeah, everybody was checking up all the way through there, but
somebody missed a shift here. Oh, took her again.
Yeah, you can kind of
yeah. Just ahead. Yes.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it all start to accordion back. Let me back up a little bit here.
That 18, whoever's in the 18 has been blinking as well. I wonder if that had anything to do with it.
So we'll start with the 56. And you can just see everybody from there on back just keeps bumping each other. So the 15 gets into the back of the 56 here in a second.
Anticipating that the 56 is going to go when the
40 gets into the 15, 50 gets into the 56, 56 gets into the 50, then they start backing up. 40 backs up into the 63, 63 into the 18, into the 2,
and the 19.
The 19 just pops out. Somebody's gonna get squeezed, and then there's your caution.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but we only have 3 attempts at a green and white checker, right?
Correct.
So this will be the 3rd and final attempt.
That's what we get for being happy that we had all those green flags.
Yep.
After Tooker got into the back of Robert Hill, then Chris Wright got into the back of Tooker. They're calling it all just a racing incident from the accordion effect, which is probably true.
They don't often pile up like that at Homestead. But yeah, Kwame, he has to survive just one more restart here.
Working lap 143 now.
Well, we'll bring you back the restart here. There are binocularly 2 laps to go, so we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. The finish in the season finale for the Homestead 200 about to be underway. All right, so by our calculations, this is the third and final attempt to get this race under clean and green underneath, to end this race under clean and green flag conditions there. We've had 2 accidents already. This is the third and final attempt at a green-white checker. Pace car is in. This will be the 2 laps. Kwame Scott on the loud pedal. We are green. 2 laps to settle it out here. The Homestead 200.
Bodie into the back of Chad a couple times. Not surprising.
See Joyner and Lytle trade a little paint as R.C. Anderson got very loose there out of turn 2 and gathers it up. Scott Crump trying to give chase to Kwame Scott. Will not make it happen this time by. White flag in the wind. 1 lap to go here at Homestead.
Latham Joyner trying to just send it around the wall. One last try.
And it might work out for him. 3 wide. He's going to get a 2-for-1 special in turn 2.
Hey, last lap. You just got to do it. He'll do it again on this one. Try to keep that speed.
Wow.
I'm not sure this.
Wall there.
Not sure that's with the rules, but we'll see.
Is going to win at Homestead. Don't know if that was going to be an illegal move by Joyner there, but Kwame doing all he can to get his 2nd career win. Kwame Scott doing an excellent job. He wins at Homestead. He had to survive a lot. See the congratulations there from a lot of competitors. and rightfully earned.
Yeah, just here in the 03 will go to the end of the lead lap, so everybody's going to be bumped up because you can't wall ride. It looked good.
It did, and he got a 2-for-1 special there, but not gonna be legal.
And it sounded like he knew he was going to get that. He just made sure he wouldn't wreck anyone trying to do it. So
How about that 95? I thought I had counted him out underneath the 5th caution, I believe. But he had just enough cautions and things go his way. Sometimes you need to be lucky rather than good. And he had a both with him.
All right, see if I can pull up the results here. Oops, got too many things going on at the same time here. Got to get rid of one to show the other. There we go.
So there are our final results for tonight's Homestead 200.
Bump everybody all the way back, so he goes the last line.
Last car on the lead lap. Latham Jordan.
So he'll go back to 26th, I believe, is where he'll slide. So everybody from 26th will move up.
So that officially puts Tate Lytle in the top 3. And we have a couple of winners in our waiting room.
Who would you like first, sir?
Let's start with our winner here today.
Okay.
Kwame. All right there, Kwame. It's Alex up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Kwame, man, second win. It's a statement win there. We thought you were in trouble there when that caution, that untimely caution came out.
Yeah, that wasn't the best time. Go ahead.
You were able to make it work, and you worked your way up through the field, and you got this pole setting position, the pole setting car back up front. How do you describe your night?
Yeah, I mean, well, I knew from I did a bunch of NIS last week, so kind of already had practice in the A car. I already knew tires were going to be super important. You basically had to run like 5/10 off, your normal pace in order to save tires, right? So that was just a plan from the start. The getting the pole is nice too because I need every point I can get right now in order to get into the playoffs. I don't know if I got in or not. I think it's close.
Yeah, we don't know. That is still unofficial yet. But the way I look at it, the best way to avoid any of that point game is to win, and you were able to do exactly that tonight.
Yeah, and that was the plan. I mean, I figured like, yeah, that was, and it wasn't like the win doesn't help me either. I'm a must point at the point in. So, but still, I'm always going for the win no matter what. But yeah, I mean, after that restart, I figured, it was just time to go. Screw the tires. Just had to try to get up there as quick as possible before all the cautions came out. And yeah, luckily I did just in time.
It looked like there was one restart there, that accordion effect restart. Were you going every time immediately, or did you kind of lay back there at some point in that restart zone?
No, I switched up a little bit. It was one I went just a little bit. It wasn't like too drastic, but yeah, I know everyone likes to get a little trigger happy with their throttle. So the minute I see some of these guys start throttling up behind me, then I go. And yeah, I think it worked. So
well, as tonight's winner, we wish you the best of luck. Hope it gets you into the playoffs here.
Yeah, cross my fingers. I'm gonna look at that.
What would you like to shout out there as tonight's winner?
Just all my sponsors, Belly Up Racing, Belly Up Sports, HRR 213 somewhere. Everyone on board with me this season. Shout out to Freddie, my friend Freddie. He might be watching the stream, and if he is watching, yeah, he might enjoy this. So yeah, shout out to Freddie.
All right, man. Well, congratulations there, Kwame Scott, 2-time winner here tonight. And we wish you the best in your playoff bid.
Yep, thank you. Cross my fingers.
All right. All right, so that was your winner here. Let's see if we can get to the new second place driver, RC Anderson. We know that you got second on the technicality that Latham Joyner was not going to able to wall ride his way up to that second position there. What did you see those final closing laps?
I knew I had slightly fresher tires, but I knew the pole position. I mean, I've started I've won many of my races the way Kwame did there, where you're getting the green-white checkers starting from the first place. You get that big enough jump to where there's nobody able to contest you. Yeah. And I get that. I mean, it's hard, especially if second and third, like me and Scott, were fighting for that spot, and it makes it tough. You kind of end up slowing each other down and letting that person win. I've been in Kwame's spot a bunch of times, and that's kind of the best scenario, really.
Yeah.
But you can't back down, and it came down to it, and we were able to come away with second. I think I had slightly fresher tires than Scott Crump, but Kwame's really quick. It was tough to keep up. I don't know how he was able to keep that pace with also saving the tires. It's thoroughly impressive. I think this night was very, very difficult for the majority of people with the tire degradation. It was just trying who could save the most without giving up too much pace. There's a lot of give and take there. So tonight was tough, but I don't think I had a top 3 car. I think I would have finished 15th if it had gone green. I just wasn't very good at saving tires here. It was really, really tough. But the restarts, they helped me out, and we pitted at the right time, and I was able to get the top 3.
We noticed that you had contact with Tyler Forty. Walk us through what happened from your perspective there.
I finally got to watch the replay after the race, and I mean, I was doing it already during the race, but I can't apologize enough to him. I mean, I think it's the same thing that happened with me and Kwame at Gateway. I guess it's just my spatial awareness on the right side. I mean, I got a tally for it, and I get it. I think I should have been more severe, and I'm just happy he didn't really hit anything on the way on his spin. I don't know what happened prior after that. Yeah. He didn't get into the wall on the inside and was able to miss that, so he didn't have too much. He didn't have any damage. I didn't have any damage from it either. I just was trying to side draft and just ended up getting too close, and there was maybe like a foot of net code, maybe a little bit less. And I mean, I know we both have a good internet, so there shouldn't be net code at all, but I think I just squeezed him a bit too much. So I apologize to him, and I'll continue to apologize. I think we both have had our fair share of taking each other out coming through the prior seasons. So I mean, we always try to race each other hard, but yeah, I didn't mean to do that at all, and I expressed that to him. I really didn't mean to do that. I just ended up getting too close, trying to side draft and trying to keep him held up for teammates and race him hard, and I ended up racing too hard.
Hey, you're bound to have those type of issues. They're running as close and as fast and as hard as you guys do week in and week out. Second place, though, nothing to sneeze at. Want to give you a chance to shout out anyone and anything you'd like.
Yeah, of course, Rayco Machine and Engineering Group. It's awesome to bring their car on the podium and get to shout them out as much as possible. Of course, you guys up here in the booth, and Chad, who runs the league, he does an awesome job. It's tough to be in his position where you get race control involved, and he's trying to run the league. Nobody's ever going to really be happy. At least everybody's not going to be happy, depending on what week we're on. And it's tough, and I appreciate him for doing what he's doing. It's so much fun to come do these. It's so competitive. I mean, you've seen numbers of people come in to this. Myself with pro racing, you got Sage Karam in here, and it's tough to win. It is really, really tough to win, even get on the podium. Things got to fall the right way, and it's tough to get here. So I appreciate the competition level. and obviously Pro Edge Racing. We've been on a pretty big hot streak. Kwame's been spoiling that for us, but we're gonna try to get that back coming into the next week. And yeah, I can't. I gotta apologize to Tyler Fody, man. I didn't mean to do that, and it was just kind of hard racing, trying to get the side draft, and just got a little too close. But it was overall a good race for us. I know it wasn't for him. Thankfully, in this series, he's got like a 90-point lead over second place or something like that. He's killing it. He's locked in. We're both locked in. So we'll go to the chase, and hopefully we'll have a good run.
All right. That was second place, RC Anderson. Doing a great job there. Congratulations there, man. Bringing it home another podium finish.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so we are going to get Tate Lytle in. I think he has just joined there. Tate Lytle, my man.
How we doing?
Man, Tate, it seems like every week I'm talking to you. That's a good thing. That means you had another top 3 finish.
Yeah,
How'd you get in here tonight?
We're heating up at the right time. Really poor qualifying effort tonight. Started 33rd, and I think we were up to 7th or 8th there after that first run. We were doing a pretty good job on our tires. And then it was kind of just a game of maintaining until that caution came out. I don't know. I about got wrecked off at 2. We had a guy that was 12 laps down on new tires, being a menace out there on the field. So he about took me out there, and then he self-spun on his own, 12 laps down, mind you, and completely changed the complexion of the race for a lot of people. And that put me back in 24th. And at that point, I was kind of just what's an appropriate way to say it? You know what I'm. Let's see. How am I going to say that? we were just pinning it. We were pinning it, and we didn't really care too much at that point. Because I mean, if someone that's 12 laps down is going to be a menace, then I might as well be a menace too. So that's kind of what we were there the last couple runs, and I didn't really cause anything. I might have put it in a couple spots where I normally wouldn't, but it gave us a top 3 finish, and it got us 4th seed heading into the playoffs, which we were about 12th or 13th in points 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it's been a nice little streak here. Yeah. And I like our chances just as good as anybody's. Obviously, Kwame and RC and Fody and all those guys, I mean, they're going to be a threat every week. But when you get down to that final race, if we can get there, it doesn't really matter what kind of speed you have. It just matters what kind of luck you have. Obviously, the speed helps, but it's all about luck, positioning, and just, finding yourself there with a chance at the end. And I don't know, that race got pretty ugly there, so I'm sorry that you guys had to watch that. But when you have guys trying to make the playoffs and guys that are 12 laps down, sticking their foot in a ballpark that they shouldn't even be at, it kind of stinks a little bit. But I mean, I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose, but it's just uncalled for to have someone that's far down, and then I don't know. You had guys hitting each other under caution, which is uncalled for. I don't know. We'll try and keep our nose out of it, which I guess I'm not really doing a very good job right now. But it's
you sound a little heated.
Someone's got to say it, and I was saying it over the chat, like, "What are you doing?" And you're getting all defensive, but man, we're racing for real money up here, and when you have a guy that's 12 laps down, doesn't have a chance making the chase, that's changing the complexion of the race entirely. Mind you, during green flag pit stops, it doesn't help anything. But got to thank Brent Wentz, Dave's gone by for helping me out. Got to thank JD Designs for the killer paint scheme, Pro Edge Racing for always it's a fun time in that chat regardless of what you're doing. So good times there, and obviously good win to Kwame. That dude was on another level, so I'm glad at least the fastest car won that race. But yeah, it was an interesting one there, and hopefully we can have a little bit better racing going forward.
Well, you've already what did you call taken my last, as we are these the official
from what I'm being told, this is the official point standings. Chad said they're in and done.
All right, and did Kwame make it?
No, like he would have been the last one out.
Oh, that is a bummer. So Kwame not gonna make it.
That is a bummer,
there,
but
that is not for you there, Tate.
yeah, it
It's,
helps me out a little bit. That's one guy that's pretty
You
damn
don't have to
fast
worry
wherever we
about
go that I don't got to worry about. But let's see who did make it. Bobby Hill made it, the first Canuck to ever make the playoffs. Almost wrecked him there. Nick Massey, the last guy you expect to wreck, you wrecked him there. And hey, how about it? He got it. Let's see who else is in there. Johnny Thomas, People's Choice. And then the rest of us. Good stuff. Feel
How
bad
do
for
you
Trey.
feel? Do you feel that you can defend your championship? Looking at the competition.
Yeah, I mean, I won the same competition last 2 seasons. It's not gonna be easy. The last one wasn't easy. It came down to the last corner. I think I led 1 lap that whole race. And the one at Homestead that we won, I guess a year ago, 2 seasons ago, it was, I don't know. It's just one of those things. You never really know where it's going to pan out. You just got to keep fighting. Got to have a no give up attitude, which I kind of had tonight, even though I was putting my nose in places where it probably didn't belong. But we came out the other end. I know Latham's waiting down there for his interview. I told him, good luck with that, dude. Good luck with that.
We might throw him on there.
I mean, it might be for good entertainment. I don't know who's still listening after my little rant there, but yeah, we'll hopefully keep talking to you. Thank you guys for watching whatever that was and sticking it through it. Dave and Alex, 2 of the best, but sorry to Chad for having to put up with all of our BS. I love him. Love you guys, and hopefully I'll talk to you here in about a week, hopefully.
All right. Tate Lytle, third place finish, getting set to defend that championship once again. Why not? He's been in the waiting room, so let's see if we can get there. There's Latham. Latham, one of our rookies. I don't think I've actually talked to you there. We saw that dive bomb move that was not going to be legal, and you knew that.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I asked Chad, I think on the first green white checkered, I said, so what won't get me a penalty? And he was like, well, just don't hit anybody. And I didn't touch a soul on doing that. But yeah, I think I might have probably taken the lead, but I didn't want him to try to block me and wreck himself and me just completely ruin anything. So I just wanted to but the best way I can explain it is put on a show. I was in a must win because I missed like 4 races or something, but I had fun. Hopefully I don't get anything more than the end of the line on the lead lap.
Yeah,
I think that's all you get.
Anything, so yeah, but it was fun. I tried to put on a show a little bit.
You got our attention. You had 2 for 1 off the corner there.
Yeah.
It looked like it was a Hail Mary. It might stick, but unfortunately, you're not going to be part of the playoffs there. We're taking a look at the are these the
this is to be the rookie standings coming into tonight, but with Kwame finishing up there, that takes care of that. So you had probably a solid second place in the rookie standings, Latham. Great year.
I mean, missing 4 races to still be second's good.
Definitely.
I got an interview early in the season, and then right here on the last couple one ran up front because of that strategy, and yeah, here we are. Tried to put on a show.
How has it been your rookie season?
There's some people in here that are definitely something else. And then there's a lot of fast people, RC, Tate, Scott, Kwame, Weeks is always fast, Fody's fast, Gavel's fast at certain places. People just have their racetracks, and some people don't. Chad's always there. Trevor likes to wreck a lot, but you just have some people that you like, some people you don't like, and I definitely wouldn't want to race against me when I don't have anything to lose. So.
All right, Latham. Well, you didn't bring it home in third, but you had a good run here. Want to give you the chance to shout anyone and anything you'd like.
Yeah, definitely want to thank Scott, obviously, and Stay Tuned Esports. Talked to him all race. It was really fun talking to him and just kind of hanging out and being part of a team during this series instead of just going at it alone. Brinkley Hefner Racing 2, Excalibur Racing Engines, and Elite Cuts, and then obviously Lowe's. Wouldn't be here without him.
All right. That's Latham Joyner, driver of the 03 there. Dave, tonight we had it all, and we now have 14 people to battle out. Why don't we throw up those championship standings? These are the 14 that will battle out for the 2022 Season B championship.
Give me a second here. Throw those back up for you. There you go.
It's going to be hard to pick a winner out of all these because all these guys have shown some brilliance all season long.
That is a deep and very solid group of people, and have all had great runs all year long. So, yeah, we'll really have to see how that first race. The first race will really kind of set the stage for where they are toward the end.
Yeah.
Where do we go next time?
We're in Chicagoland.
Chicagoland. On like a oval course, or no, we're not doing the race course yet, or the road course yet. They don't have that, do they?
No, I don't believe so.
All right.
Well, that will conclude tonight's JoinAPS.com Cup Series. So glad you could join us at the virtual Homestead Miami Speedway. Congratulations to Kwame Scott, tonight's winner. And we will see you next week when we set the stage